So, we've come back a little bit earlier than promised in the last episode. I've come back at the beginning of January. That's because a couple of games that I do want to show you um, that sort of generally revolve around more of our youth players. So, I thought that would be pretty exciting to see rather than just kind of do them all off camera and then just tell you about them in the next episode. So, we'll go through that in a second. However, I do want to say if you've watched the last couple of episodes, you may or may not have heard me moaning about having a sore throat or whatever, or being ill. However, it's turned into full on sort of quite bad tonsillitis now, so I am struggling with my voice. However, still very dedicated to bringing you daily videos, so we're giving it a go anyway. I mean, if that doesn't deserve a like in itself, then I don't know what does. So if you are enjoying the content, guys, please give it a thumbs up. If we get sort of 10 likes on this video, I will try and do a double upload by the end of the week. So this will be going out on Wednesday. So if I can get 10 likes before Friday, we'll try and do a double upload, or we will do a double upload on Friday. So if you're enjoying the content, please make that happen. Anyway, enough about that. Let's quickly show you what's happened since you were last with us. And apart from one little loss to, where are we, Wolves, strangely, we've gone on a pretty good run. Obviously, you were with us with the Everton game in the Porto game. We did have quite a few big fixtures there. We went unbeaten, of course. We drew 0-0 to Chelsea, beat Man City 2-0, Jason Stone getting both goals. We played them off the pitch, to be honest. As you can see, we really did play them off the pitch. And they did have a full team bar Haaland. So maybe that's what the reason was. We went and beat Man United away with the own goal from Rafael Varane. 0-0 to Juventus, and then we beat Newcastle, who are second, or they were second at the time. Anyway, then we beat Brentford 1-0, a dodgy result against Wolves, back to winning ways against Brighton, 0-0 to West Ham, and then we're back to winning ways. So before we get into the fixtures today, you can see it still leaves us top of the league, 6 points clear of Arsenal. So we're in a really good position to win that third consecutive Premier League. But today we focus on, firstly, we're going to play the the FA Cup third round against Boston United. And Boston United are first in the National League North. We're probably pretty much going to put the under-18s out. We're going to put all of our youth players out, the ones that we want to focus on developing for the first team anyway. And then what I'm going to do is go and play the first leg and the Norwich game off camera. And then we're going to come back for the second leg of the Crystal Palace Carabao Cup semi-final. Fingers crossed get through to the final. I think, more than likely, we're probably looking at another Man City final, which I think is a repeat of the first season when we played Man City in the final. So that's what's happening today. We're going to get straight into that Boston game. And what we'll do is, I did just quickly want to mention, we sort of got our youth squad ready to go. But I did want to mention I've had a few comments about diving into the youth players more so, and having a good look at them. But I think what we'll do is, I'll come back at the end of the season and I'll probably do a big episode if you're happy with that. I'll do a big episode where we sort of deep dive into the majority of the youth players and sort of younger players we've got at the squad. So I think that would probably be a better idea than trying to show you in and out of the season. However, I did realise someone has pointed out to me, when I do try and show you the progress, we just look at this. However, someone did mention that it would be quite nice to see a bit of this. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong. That they were sort of keen to see how much their attributes have changed. So if we go from all time, for example, on Jason Stone, you can see he's developed quite majorly in his mental and physical attributes. He already had pretty good attributes to start with technically. However, you can see they've grown. His finishing's grown too. But being 17 years old, he's still got a hell of a lot of developing to go. So if that's the type of thing you'd like to see going forward, me, rather than just showing you look at his progress, look how high he's going. If you'd rather me deep dive a little bit more into the attributes, maybe 6 months or all time, 12 months or whatever, then that's what I'll do. If that's what you want to see, then of course that's what we'll do, guys. But that's enough of player development for now. We're going to get into that FA Cup game and I'll run you through the lineup, and hopefully our youth team will put in a good performance. So as promised, we've pretty much gone youth all the way through the team for this game against Boston United. We've got Keller in goal, Bradley, Pennington, Nallo and Scanlon as the back four, a midfield three of King, Parsley and Luke, and then a front three of Tornianen, Gordon and Stone up front. So I'll be honest, even with the youth squad that I've put out, some of the players are sort of already League 2, League 1 standard. So I will be very surprised if we don't turn Boston over, which probably says I'm really confident. And I should be, because we've got some very good players in there. Obviously, Mark King in the middle, Jason Stone up front, that just can't stop scoring. Gordon, that's made a few appearances for the first team this year and scoring. Bradley, who is essentially a first team regular at right back, along with Trent. Pennington again playing quite a lot of games in the Premier League, and Scanlon being the backup to Robbo. So we've definitely got a good team there. Bradley now with the ball just runs into the box though, plays it through to Stone, who scores within 15 minutes, and that's his 11th goal of the season for 17-year-old Stone there. He just can't stop scoring. But yeah, I want to talk about Mr. Aston Tornianen. And I've done a bit of research, guys, our attacking right midfielder there. I've done a bit of research and of how to pronounce his name, and essentially it is Tornianen. So if you think I'm wrong, let me know, but I've tried to work. I mean, yeah, it sounds something out of kind of Scandinavia, but apparently he's English. So yeah, that's fine, isn't it? But I'm hoping I think he's 4.5 star potential ability. So I'm hoping and he's a 17-year-old now. We can either loan him out and get him some good playing time, or probably bring him through to the first team. However, we are getting a bit sort of stacked up the top of the field. So I think in the summer I will be looking to move a couple of players on, just on loan, just hopefully to those really good, decent clubs that can help. And the Stone there with a free kick. And that was a hell of a goal. That's gone in from the tightest of angles. And Stone's got 2 for the game, and he's already on a hat-trick. So good stuff there by Stone. Gordon now with a corner. And it's a penalty, apparently. Does that mean Stone is going to take the penalty? It is. Stone's going to take the penalty. Really quick run up. Smashes that top corner. Does not mess about. And Stone's got a first half hat-trick here against Boston. I did say at the beginning of the match, I did still expect to beat them. I probably didn't quite expect to be 3-0 up at half-time in completely dominating the way we are, but it obviously says a lot about my youth team and how good we are. Of course, probably, I mean, we'll start the second half and we'll have a quick look. But probably looking at the team that we've got, Bradley, Pennington, Scanlon, King, Parsley, Luke, Tornayan, I forgot his name already, Gordon and Stone, probably all potential first team players for me in the future. The only one I'd say probably isn't potentially first team is, and Stone's got a 4th there. Is that a 4th goal for Stone? Yeah. Wow. 4-0 up. Stone's got all 4 goals. We've absolutely dominated, and Stone's played. Honestly, Stone's got so many goals this season as a 17-year-old. It's ridiculous. But yeah, they all will probably feature heavily in my first team in years to come. Apart from Nallo there, I don't think he's got the required. He's only 2.5 star rated as a potential ability, and I don't think he's really got it for. And that's hit over there from Boston. I thought they might pull one back there, but I don't think he's got the required ability to probably make it into my first team at all. So we might have to kind of just let him move on. Maybe loan him out to a decent enough team and see if that changes. We'll just watch this, and I was thinking about making some subs. So yeah, maybe we'll loan him out sort of next year. I think we'll just make it anyway. I think I want to bring on Johnny Webb. He plays on the left. He's a left one. Sorry, he's a left footer. But we'll bring him on in place of Gordon. I do want to try and give the Trey Yuni. You can tell I'm butchering these names, and they've never played in my first team yet. And I think what we're bringing is bring Kumas on, take off Stone, give him that rest. He's already got 4 goals. Just wanted to try and make sure everyone has a part to play in the game and give them enough time to actually make an impact. So that's what we've done. So apart from Nallo, I think Kelleher as well. I don't think he'll be making the step up to first choice keeper when Alisson retires. I think we've got Alisson for another 2-3 years minimum on his contract. So that's pretty good. King there with the shot, and that's just gone over the bar. So I think, I'm hoping, with fingers crossed, that we get some sort of goalkeeper through the youth team in the next year or so that we can hopefully develop quite well to become the first choice. Otherwise, we may well be screwed. Hopefully not. But just entering sort of the last 4 minutes of the game, just coming into stoppage time. Hopefully we don't concede a goal. It would be nice to keep a clean sheet, possibly get a fifth goal. We played really well, especially my midfielders. We've obviously got King there, who I think he's just turned 17, and he will probably make the jump up to first team next year. He's already rapidly developing, which I did touch upon earlier and that's a goal for Boston. They've got one back, but we did touch upon sort of the development side of things at the beginning of the episode. And what I'm going to do is, come the end of the season, I think I'll do a proper episode, probably a standalone episode, where we just go through all of the players who we're developing and kind of just get to show you them properly. I think that sounds like a good idea. So obviously, if you'd like to see that standalone episode at the end of the season where we run you through everyone, then obviously let me know. But easy game. I'm really impressed with the under 18s, kind of under 21s there. Did the job for me. So I think what I'm going to do is show you the FA Cup 4th round draw. Hopefully we get another decent squad or another decent team that we can put our kind of youth team out against. So we're going to get into that draw right now. So FA Cup 4th round draw time. I think I'd like probably a team from maybe League 1, League 2 that I can put out the youth against. Let's do the first one. I think let's just skip straight to ours. And we've got Coventry, which I'm pretty sure we had Coventry last year. Maybe we'll have a look at the matchups in a second. But yeah, it looks like we've got Coventry. Could have been worse. Could have had a Premier League team and sort of felt like we needed to put out the stronger team. However, I'd still feel probably quite comfortable to put out a lot of the younger players. So that's obviously quite good. I do want to look at let's just end this. I do want to look at what do they call it? The previous meetings, that's the one. So let's have a quick look. And yeah, it was last year that I played Coventry. So we've got Coventry again in the 4th round again. Bizarre. But there we go. So we've played those couple of games off camera now. We did win in both. The first one was a 4-2 victory in the first leg of that Carabao Cup semi-final. We probably just edged it. It was probably a lot tighter than I'd like. However, taking a 2-goal advantage into the second leg, I can't really argue with that. So fingers crossed we capitalise on that a little bit. Of course, you see Jason Stone again scoring in that game. Let's just take a quick look at him actually. And although he's got 5 and 12 in the Premier League alone, he's got 15 goals and 18 appearances, which is pretty good for a 17-year-old. So, and then of course we went to Norwich and beat them 1-0. We probably just did enough to shave the victory, and probably 1-0 is justified there really, because we didn't play the normal Liverpool way and dominate them. So yeah, kind of happy to take the 3 points really and move on. One thing to show you, of course we've got Luis Diaz out injured for another 7 days to 3 weeks. Andy Robertson is out for 2 to 3 weeks, so we're probably going to give Callum Scanlon a good effort, a good chance of developing a little bit more. He's definitely going to be in the squad, probably in the first team for the Palace game, which we're about to get into. So just thought I'd keep you up to date with injuries. We love them. So this is the team for that second leg. We've got Alisson in goal, Bradley, Gomez, Kanate and Scandal in the back four. Midfield three of Harvey Elliott, McAllister and Bajcetic. And then a front three of Salah, Soboslai and Kumas. yeah, of course, I did just touch upon it and say we've got Kumas starting up front. Jason Stone, I felt like he needed a little bit of a break. He's been playing sort of games quite thick and fast, so I think he possibly might be on the bench. Let's not press that button. I think he might be on the bench. He is on the bench. However, I just felt like he's been playing too many games. And we can't... Darwin Núñez isn't included in this squad because... Let's just see this a second. Soberslide to McAllister. That was a good save. He's not included in this squad because he decided to go on international duty in the middle of January, so... I do apologise as well. I'm starting to struggle. I think all this talking throughout this episode is really starting to irritate my throat. So I apologise if I keep sounding like I'm dying every couple of minutes or whatnot. But still wanted to bring it to you, didn't I? So yeah. So hopefully we get through to this final. I'm pretty sure we're not. Oh, let's just see this corner a second. I haven't kept an eye on the other semi-final, so I don't really know what's been going on. Salah now to Elliott. That should have been 1-0. That really should have been 1-0. I can't believe he's missed that. Good save from the keeper. However, missed opportunity big time there. Another swinger from Soberslide, and we get it. Well, they get it away. Let's just have a quick look. I don't know if they'll be playing on the same day. Apparently, I can't have a look. It does not want me to have a look at this. Do you know what? I'm not happy. We'll just stick with that. All right, let's try again. Latest scores. Newcastle, Man City. Do you know what? We're just going to take a quick look and see what the score was for that first leg. And they lost. Man City lost 1-0 at home. So the fact that they're playing at St James's Park now may suggest that we will probably be playing Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final, providing we get there. So I think I'm going to bring on Stone for Kumas there. Harvey Elliott's not played well at all. I think what we might do is put Soberslide back there in the Mazzala, take off Elliott, bring on Gordon that's just come back from injury. I think it's probably okay as it is. I think we may bring on Trent as well. It does offer something different with those set pieces and that right foot of his. So hopefully, I mean, if it finishes 0-0, great, we're still through to the final. Newcastle, they're just interestingly taking the lead again. So they're 2-0 up on aggregate against Man City, and it would look like we'd be playing Newcastle in the final, which I'm probably glad about because no matter how bad Man City play, when we play them in a final, and Alexis McAllister there with an absolute thumping shot that's gone in, that's 1-0, and surely we've sealed that now. Surely we're in the final. I can't see Crystal Palace scoring 3 goals in the last 15 minutes and taking it to penalties or extra time or whatever it is that we play. But yeah, every time I seem to play Man City in a final, we lose. No matter how good we play, generally Haaland pops up and scores. So, interestingly there, they've just scored. So if they can get another goal in the last minute, it may well go to extra time there. But ours seems to be wrapped up 5-2 on aggregate. That is another Carabao Cup final for us, the second in 3 years. Let's just take a quick look and actually confirm that we're playing Newcastle in the final. Anything can happen, so let's take a quick look. And yeah, there we go. They scored in the last minute anyway. So it looks to be a Liverpool and Newcastle Carabao Cup final. We'll, of course, bring you back for that. Let's have a quick look when that is. I imagine it's probably the first week in November, isn't it? Or is it usually the last? It's at the end of November. So what I think we might do, because we've already got a playoff place, so I think we'll leave the Champions League and probably show you the latter stages now. We'll come back for that Carabao Cup game, definitely. We may play that Carabao Cup game first and then go forward and play Arsenal, because obviously Arsenal being our biggest rivals for the title currently, probably be a big game. So I think that's the plan. I think we're going to come back for that Newcastle game in the Carabao Cup final and then jump forward to the Arsenal game. And I think that should make for a pretty good episode and quite an important one too. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in that next episode.